Hey there, Bioman here, and welcome back to another video. It's Friday, and we all know what that means. Recorded Grancrest War, Episode 3, has been released. It starts off with a young priestess by the name of Priscilla, who is a member of the Order of the Crest. Appears at Theo's realm, saying that she wishes for Theo to join. Or wait, no. She wants to join Theo, but her ultimate motive is to get Theo to join the Order of the Crest. It's a whole weird thing, but Luca's like, no, we can't let them in. Theo's like, let them in. So they get to come in. And then there's a battle that happens, but we don't get to see it. No big deal. And definitely one of the funniest parts of the episode is we get to see a Sheila who is drunk. And we all know what drunk anime characters do. This should be the image popping up right now, and it is just hilarious when you know the context. It's a Sheila and the same young soldier that she kissed on the battlefield of episode 2. I'm calling him the young soldier because I don't know his name. If you do know his name, please put it in the comment section, and I will personally like it. And I will also include that for future reference in future videos. And I just found it very funny how the young soldier is just very uncomfortable. Sheila's happy, drunk, blushing, because I don't know how the relation's going to build, but it's going to be very funny. I hope it's kind of like a Grand Jovial thing, but actually no, the genders wouldn't be reversed. It would pretty much be the same gender as well. The guy has no interest, but the chicks are all lovey-dovey over him. Then we get to see Theo's table with Moreno, Lassic, and Saluka there as well. And pretty much just talking about what Theo's plans are. Lassic wants to pretty much control everything, but according to Saluka, Theo's plans are just to take over Sistina. And Theo knew this, but an initial part was to pretty much just take it by force. And Theo's like, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. Again, kind of funny, but it kind of shows how Saluka likes to pull the strings from behind, and we get to see a little bit of that in the future, or not that, later on in this episode. I'll get to it later. And they decide, Saluka's like, okay, Theo needs a family name, so let's do Corano, or Corano. I don't know how to pronounce it. I will learn it for the next video. Who was, and this family name came from Sistina, who is the one who pretty much freed the people before the current ruler killed him and took it from him. And Sistina is Theo's hometown. Then we get flash forward. We get to see Saluka talking with I can't remember what the guy's name is, but it's pretty much the mage of the former ruler of Theo's realm. Talking about saying, "Oh, I've heard rumors that you're the actual ruler, not Theo, and he's just a figurehead." Saluka's trying to deny this, but I'm just sitting in my chair like, girl, yeah, you are. Saluka's not really happy about this, very uncomfortable, so she decides to go talk to Theo about this. And Theo's looking at her, she kind of jumps back and blushes, and it feels like it's going to be a really touching moment between these two characters. But unfortunately, with quotes around that, it ends when Irvin comes and says, oh, there's been a chaos development on the nearby town. So they basically just head over there, they forget the conversation, they save it for later. And this is a fire chaos demon, which is, I believe they called it a salamander. That's just the first part of the name. I'm not going to remember everything. It's just a small thing in the storyline, not important. Theo's like, okay, I'm going to kill this thing. He jumps up with his sword, slices it, and it does nothing. Sheila's like, what is this guy, an idiot? So then Saluka pretty much just tells Sheila and Theo to pretty much evacuate the village as well. No, she tells Sheila to distract it. I believe it's Lassic and Theo. It's either Lassic or Moreno. Moreno is one of those two, and then it's Theo as well to pretty much evacuate the villagers. which they do. And so Luca goes to a nearby well and decides to use the water to defeat the Chaos Demon. Yeah, I wasn't really impressed. It was kind of like not really original. Just like, oh, you defeat fire with water. Yay. Some kind of like giant fire would the water would just put out the fire, but it would just become like a rock, and then Theo would have to come and pulverize it, or even a Sheila. But no. Yeah, I was very disappointed in that. And that's actually all within the first fourth of the episode, I want to say. So a lot of stuff in this episode that I like about this, and which is that I found surprising. As soon as the water went on the demon, it pretty much exploded. And surprisingly, Saluka protected one of the I think it was a smith, the boss of a smithery, I think it's pronounced, and the same priestess from before Priscilla from the explosion, but she's not able to protect herself. That's when Theo jumps in, pretty much uses his gauntlet on his left arm. Yes, his left arm as a shield, because apparently it could turn into a mini shield, and pretty much protects Luca. And then it flash forwards to the next day. It's noon. Theo's been all beat up because he's been dealing with the aftermath, and not to mention he was caught in the middle of it. Well, not in the middle of an explosion, but kind of like in the range, protecting Saluka. Saluka's blushing, thanking him, yada yada yada. And then all of a sudden, flash forward, and Moreno's like, yeah, King of Savage does not recognize Theo, so he decides King of Savage decides to attack. And I'm just leaning back in my chair like, oh god, not another Lassic mistake. And we get to see a little flash, and we get to see a little bit of Battlefield, and it is brutal. At first, like, uh, it looked like our heroes were going to get destroyed because no one was there to help. But this villagers from the Chaos Demon incident came, like, hey, you saved us, now it's time for us to save you. There's battle flag comes up. Apparently, it's called a Patriot flag, whatever that means. And then it's the next day, a whole bunch of soldiers who I assume were once under Lassic is there. Ooh, sorry about that. And then the battle goes on. People, Samus' men are getting destroyed. All of a sudden, they're about to retreat, but the freeloaders of Samus come and corner him. Pretty much just destroy all of his men. And you pretty much see him and his men just retreating. It's like, oh, wow, like, dude, they got destroyed. And I will admit, some of the scenes in this episode were brutal towards the end. People getting their heads chopped off, eyes gouged, well, not gouged out, but swords thrown in their eyes. One guy got chopped in half. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Overall, this was a very good episode, and we get to see Saluka at the palace of the who is in charge of the alliance, saying Theo wants to plead your allegiance, but as soon as the meeting's done, she's just because she wanted to think it over. We see a smile on Saluka's face, and I can't help but wonder what are her ulterior motives, because something doesn't seem right. But we'll get to find out next week. And that's all I really wanted to talk about. So, how about you all hit that like button, click subscribe, turn on notifications, and meet me in the comment section. Byland is out of here.